A few years ago, the BBC had a programme called Vickers Do Jokes. I always fancied having a go on it, and so you could, if you like, see these as my audition tapes. You hear the one about the bloke whose wife asked him to pass her the lip balm, but he gave her some super glue instead. She's still not talking to him. I used to be a big Robbie Williams fan, but that all stopped when I started studying geometry and found that much more interesting. I'm loving angles instead. Our local TV weatherman reacted angrily after being sacked for giving too many gloomy, frosty weather forecasts. No more mist and ice guy. I missed the World Hairdressing Championships on BBC last night. Anyone know if they're showing the highlights? My mate rang and said, "My diet's not going well. I had 5 eggs for breakfast." I replied, "What, poached, scrambled or boiled?" He said, "No, Cadbury's." I used to work in a dentist's. It wasn't a permanent job. I was just filling in. A cement mixer collided with a prison van on a bypass. Motorists are asked to be on the lookout for 16 hardened criminals. I gave my pet bird a haircut, and now he thinks he's James Bond. He's certainly a Sean Canary. To a person who stole my selfie stick, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. I woke up this morning and forgot which sun the sun rises from. Then it dawned on me. I've just written a song about tortillas. Actually, it's more of a rap. My mate put his bins out at 8 p.m. last Thursday. He couldn't believe that everyone was on their doorsteps clapping and cheering him. I just turned down a job delivering for my local fruit and veg shop. They offered to pay me in vegetables, but the salary was unacceptable. Apparently you can't use beef stew as a computer password. It's not Stroganoff. I saw an advert in a window that said, "Television for sale, £1. Volume stuck on full." I thought, I can't turn that down. Conjunctivitis.com. Now that's a site for sore eyes. A guy I know got daffodil bulbs mixed up with his onions. He made a Spanish omelette with them and had to be rushed to hospital. They reckon he'll be out by the spring. My doctor told me to drink a bottle of wine after a hot bath, but I couldn't finish even drinking the hot bath. My computer asked for an 8-character password. I suggested Snow White and the 7 Dwarves, but it was declined. The Spanish king has been quarantined on his private jet. That means the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. My mate works in Tesco's in the fabric softener aisle, but he's just been moved to wines and spirits. He's now way out of his comfort zone. I went to the doctor and said, "Doctor, I keep thinking I am a goat." He said, "How long have you felt like this?" I said, "Ever since I was a kid." I recently switched all the labels on my wife's spice rack. She hasn't realised yet, but the thyme is cumin. Instead of a swear jar, a guy I work with has a negativity jar. Every time he has pessimistic thoughts, he puts a penny in. It's currently half empty. I keep thinking about Mickey Mouse when I fall over. I'm thinking I'm having Disney spells. I said to the gym instructor, "Can you teach me to do the splits?" He said, "Well, how flexible are you?" I said, "Well, I can't do Tuesdays." The guy who invented the hand sanitizer, he must be rubbing his hands together. They said that a mask and gloves was enough to go to the supermarket. They lied. Everyone else had clothes on.